One of the biggest economic engines of Europe, France, Le Figaro newspaper shows recently in a new IFOP poll that 64% of French would today vote against ratifying the Maastricht Treaty, which introduced the euro in 92. 60% of respondents said they're in favour of less European integration in the economic field.
Because in France, for the moment, there is a lack of politicians who have the courage to say to the public opinion that it is in the interest of France to have a more integrated Europe. Because the problem in Europe, on the continent in any way, I don't talk about Great Britain, but on the continent is the following. That is that most of the political leaders are simply following nationalist and populist rhetoric. And that is for me not a democracy. And democracy, in my opinion, is a political leader developing a vision and then trying to convince the public opinion to follow his vision. And not what is happening now. Now, nationalist and populist rhetoric in Sweden, in Finland, in France, that is gaining ground.
But what are people supposed to make of it then? You say they're supporting the single market. 25 million people out of work can't be that enthusiastic about it. Growth stagnant right across the European Union. Unemployment youth in Spain up to 49%. What the people will be saying is, we believe in the single market. We think there is something here that can help us. But actually, it's perceived by us to be the cause of our problems. You've got to turn it into the solution.
I agree.
That's the challenge that people like you and I have.
I agree, but we have also to say to these people, you can't, the world of tomorrow, the G8 of tomorrow. What is the G8 in 20, 25 years? It shall be the US, Japan, India, China, Brazil, Russia, Mexico and Indonesia. No single European country shall be part of the G8 in 2030. That's in nearly 17, 18 years. So the new world order there needs to be an integrated Europe with full power, with a good internal market. I agree with you, not split into two parts, as some are arguing, and certainly with a single currency.
Excuse me, I'm so sorry to interrupt you, gentlemen, but time is very, very precious. Whichever vision of Europe will take hold in the European Union, who exactly will decide? There's a lot been spoken about in recent months about a democracy deficit in the European Union. Do you believe it exists?
Well, look, firstly, it depends what you mean by a democratic deficit. It's a phrase which is often used, but nobody ever gives me the answer. I think it boils down to the fact of what do you perceive the European Union as being? Is it a country called Europe, which is clearly Guy's point of view, or is it a cooperative which is owned by and works on behalf of and for 27 independent sovereign states? Now, I see it as the latter. And therefore, I don't have a problem at all. We have a democratically elected council and the prime ministers. We have a democratically elected parliament, which is there to hold the commission to account. Clearly, after the Lisbon Treaty, we're not doing that job well enough. We need to do more. But we don't have that problem.